Hello everyone. I am glad to welcome you to the Drive It Easy channel. Today we will look at a couple of interesting intersections. Let's get started. The first interesting intersection. I encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments. So, a T-shaped intersection to which 3 cars drove up. We must note that this intersection is regulated because it has a working traffic light. It also has priority signs. A white and blue car has a green light at the traffic light, and a red car has a red light. Traffic light signals have priority over priority signs. Therefore, the order of travel will be as follows: white, blue, red after the green light of the traffic light is turned on. The next intersection that anyone encounters. We see that the gray car intends to turn left, and the white one is moving straight. From the previous video we know that a working traffic light has priority over priority signs, and therefore in this case drivers are guided by the traffic light. Therefore, the passage will occur as follows. The gray car will quickly press the gas pedal and pass in front of the white one, and the white one will wait and pass the second one. This is of course a joke. I am checking if you are listening to me carefully. Correct passage. First the white car and then the gray one. The same intersection. Also a gray and a white car. Let's look carefully and think in which directions a gray car is allowed to move. This is again a regulated intersection. Therefore, priority signs for a gray car are not important. But we see that there is a prohibited sign. According to traffic rules, traffic light signals do not have priority over prohibited signs. Therefore, a gray car is prohibited from turning left, but is allowed to go straight, right, and also make a U-turn. This is a little more complicated, friends. We have to determine the order of passage at this intersection. First, we pay attention to the fact that all traffic lights have a flashing yellow signal, which tells us that this is an unregulated intersection at the moment. Recall from previous situations that if the intersection is unregulated, drivers use priority signs. The white and red cars have this sign of the main road, so they have priority over others. The white car will pass first because it is moving straight. After it, the red car will pass on the left. The gray and blue cars will pass next because their trajectories do not intersect, so they can separate on the right sides. Share your answers to the previous situations, friends. At this intersection, 3 cars want to somehow separate. Let's find out the order of traffic and why. This intersection is unregulated because there is no working traffic light or traffic controller. But there are priority signs for drivers. That's why drivers should use them. So, the red and blue signs are the main road, and the white one is to give way. The trajectory of the blue and red cars intersect. And therefore, in this case, they must use the rule of an obstacle on the right. The blue car does not have such an obstacle, so it will pass first. After that, the red car will pass, and the white car will pass last. A typical situation for large cities where there are a large number of cars. At this intersection we see that the red car is allowed to move forward because the traffic light signal allows it, but a traffic jam has formed in its direction. The blue car is already at the intersection, so the question is whether the red car is allowed to enter the intersection. I think there is nothing to think about here. Of course not, because it will block the movement of the white car. Therefore, it is forbidden to do so. You are good. I know that you immediately gave the correct answer. This situation is very interesting in my opinion. Let's analyze it together. I'm talking, and you please share your thoughts under the video. There is only one question here. Where can the red car continue to move? The traffic light shows that you can move anywhere, but there is a prohibited sign in front of which the traffic light has no priority, and therefore you can't turn left. You also can't turn right because you didn't take the far right lane, and there is no sign or marking that would allow you to turn right from the lane where the red car is. You can only move straight or make a U-turn. The last intersection for today. Similar to the previous one but slightly different. We also have to determine in which direction movement is allowed. An unregulated intersection with priority and mandatory signs. The mandatory sign indicates the directions in which we can move, which is to the left or to the right. That is, we are prohibited from moving straight. We also cannot move to the right because we did not occupy the far right lane. That is, in this case, the car can move to the left or make a U-turn. Thank you for watching to the end. I hope this information was useful to you. Please comment on your own answers and also subscribe. Be attentive and careful behind the wheel. See you soon.